Welcome to the SpamTitan version 6 ISO install guide. The install process will be the same whether you're installing on a virtual machine or on hardware or using the 32 or 64-bit version of SpamTitan. For this demonstration I'm using a virtual machine with a 32-bit ISO mounted in the virtual DVD drive. The install sequence is fairly straightforward. We configure the keyboard mapping, the server hostname, the disk is then auto-partitioned and the base files are copied onto the disk. We select which network card we want to configure, we configure the time zone, and then the remaining files are copied to the disk and the machine is rebooted. Let's get going. No action is required on the screen. Simply wait for the timer to expire and the install process will continue. Press return to pass the welcome screen. Here you can select whether you wish to use the default keyboard mapping or select a custom map. Select no to use the default, yes if you wish to configure your own. Select the code page you wish to use from the list. Next we enter the hostname for the machine. We recommend you use a fully qualified domain name as this hostname will also be used as the server's SMTP banner. The disk will now be erased and the auto partitioning completed. If you have multiple network cards, you can configure the remaining network cards after the install process is completed. Select whichever one you wish to use now and press return to continue. Here we configure the IP address, subnet mask, and default router or default gateway for your machine. Press return when you've finished. Here we enter the DNS servers you wish to use. Press return when finished. If the host machine has its time zone set to UTC, select no. If you wish to choose a custom time zone, select yes. Select which continent you're on and select which country you're in. Shortly we should see the remaining files been copied onto the hard disk. When all the files are copied, some housekeeping processes will run. When these processes finished, you'll be presented with a screen where you're prompted to reboot. Simply press return to reboot. That's pretty much it. The server will now continue to reboot and the web interface will be accessible after the machine has fully booted. You can use a web browser to connect to the SpamTitan web interface. Simply open your web browser and enter the IP address you've configured for your SpamTitan server. Thanks for taking the time to view this installation video.